Coming to the stage, we're going to have our calibration poet. Judges, you know what to do, right? Audience, you know what to do, right? Yeah. All right, clap them all the way up. Coming all the way to, where are you? So I can know where you at. Oh, I see you. Hey, y'all show some love for Dub Dupree. Clap him all.
Listen, niggas capping, rapping out that broke ass shit. I never bitched about a hoe, cause that's some hoe ass shit. I never lacking, never catch me with a broke ass beat. Should know that shit, let's got this other nigga.
If my son ever asked me, before you married mom, what was your body count? I can't lie. If my son asked me, I'm gonna tell him, yeah, I'm saying, my boy, you know how we... Nah, I'm gonna tell him more than I'm proud of, son. But when you live in a world that teaches us to keep our son's options open and our daughter's legs closed, it's easy for us to miss the value of every body. Like bodies are supposed to be special, but the world turned it into something else. Like men are supposed to be safe, but the bodies turned us into something else. Like I'm supposed to be a protector, but they turned me into a weapon, a soldier with the mission to imperialize any body I can conquer. So now, in order to feel like a man again, I'm aiming for the mannequin of any woman willing to be a target. And that's why we got these mass shooters teaching our boys how to be marksmen, saying, why keep it in the holster when you got rounds? Fire to the chambers of your soul empty, boys. See, most trigger-happy men with their gun range from boys without fathers to men with low caliber and no gun control. Talking out both sides of a barrel saying, don't marry her, just revolve her around the hood. But what we pistol learn is their daughters in the crossfire, but let's be honest. I mean, we grown, who's concerned about a body count? Because after 4 or 5 does another body count? Just add them bodies to that grave that nobody counts, creating casualties so casually. But I'm no better. Y'all want to hear a war story? Just one time during battle, I had a woman say she loved me, and I ain't even say it back. She said she needed somebody, so we went body for body through. It was just a little friendly fire. But to a million pieces, I burned her. And to this day, it's hard for me to take responsibility for her ashes because I know that I never earned her, got us leaving bedrooms, thinking that we some kind of war hero. But in reality, I'm more mortician than meets the eye, but the generals don't tell you that the more bodies you feel in your past, the less you feel about the body that's right here in front of you. They don't warn you how dead people, they don't show you that the dead can turn the dating pool to a zombie land, that the aglets in these soul ties are more noose than not. Don't make the kill if you can't carry the casket. My fellow soldiers, don't be tired of fighting. Trying to camouflage to hide the fact that we really just wounded. I know your army fatigued. And I don't want to be a soldier in a Trojan war no more. I don't want to tell my son that he's only here because he's a ricochet. Or that all my shooting backfired because daddy got ghosts that haunt him now. He gets spooked when everyone shows up on his news feed. Scared these poltergeists gonna write on his Facebook wall about all the good times. No, son. I regret creating body bags knowing I'll probably never visit their grave site in real life, but it's much easier to go to battle with a woman instead of going to war within myself. So when they ask me about my graveyards, I won't lie. I'll tell them, weapons are a powerful thing, son, but you don't have to pull the trigger just because you're the one holding the gun.
So now that I'm working, what you gonna find? I'm not going to engage because I don't want to sway the judges. So I'm gonna be very calm about this. You don't have to be calm, but I'm gonna be real calm, right? So here's what's gonna happen. The judges are gonna give us their scores, and I missed this before because I go fast sometimes when I should go slow. They're gonna give us 5 scores. We're gonna drop the high, we're gonna drop the low, we're gonna take the 3 in the middle. And that's gonna be their score, okay? So, judges, right big, because I can't see. And then hold it, I'm gonna read it twice so our team can document, and then we're gonna go from there, all right? So, judges, 1, 2, 3 scores up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold those steady. I'm gonna read them from low to high, all right? 8.3. Is that slow enough? Okay. 8.9.
Higher.
All right, they'll come and get you. 9.5. 9.5. And one of our judges saw Jesus and gave a 10. Give it up for the team. Do you need me to repeat those again? Team. Yes? No. Fantastic. Y'all show some love for the poet. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. I'm gonna bring up our first competitor for the evening, and when that competitor is done, I'm gonna give us the score for this particular poet. We didn't have a time, Jonesy, did we? Okay, cool. So, first to the mic. Good luck to you. Y'all clap it up, bring him in, clap it up. We want Simba Rose. Bring him all the way.
Speaking of guns, my mama said that curse words were like guns. Used only as a last resort, never as a first retort. They show a lack of morals or self-control, and they should never, under any circumstance, be used around children. But now, America uses guns like curse words, indiscriminately, loud and proud, like an anthem. I heard one on the playground. 2 kids wanted to swing. One decided to slide. The court wished the punt was fake with the shot. Love them riding the pine. Box. Check. On the kids, because they using them in the school. School board suggestion, shoot. Teachers use them too. Art class, the ammunition. Can you guess the first thing that they drew? Oh, you get the big picture. But did you ask the little baby, how that gun get to you? Oh, you saw power and a little Uzi. Till you watched the Tommy put a ghost down. Now we got ghost guns. The hit switches. That chopper hit a young boy and turned the block into a ghost town.
Come on.
So who got the Holy Ghost now? When they're using them in the church, where they taught us to say amen after we pray. Now they are aiming after us pray, so I pray that this gun jam be a goddamn between our bodies and the blood flooding the streets, because we are drowning in it. And I assure you that life's a beach. We are cattle at the slaughter, a bunch of bulls split by the piece, and the bodies give a funk. You can tell by the stink that they niggas on reform. Because first they stick us with guns, then they stick us in hoods, then they stick us in churches, then they stick us in schools. Like, I got a new stick, stick. They just remixing the Second Amendment in a rap song that you heard before. Because they have censored the Sandy Hook out of our vocabulary. Debate the names of the safe guns. Like heck, ain't hell with a demon sound friendly. Like a silencer, ain't loud enough to leave a school empty like a funeral. Ain't loud enough to censor a body. There are days when I have to choose between my peace and my peace. But my mama said if I ain't got nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
Show some love to the poet. Show some love to the poet. Thank you for that poem. Our calibration poet had a score of 27.9. Show some love for Dub Dupree, our calibration poet. And just a few general housekeeping rules in case you were not aware. When we on the mic, we can't hear nothing if you talking and we talking at the same time, even though we all on the mic. So we do kindly ask the first 1 or 2 times that you respect the mic. While we're on the second, third, and fourth time, it might slide into something else. Okay, Bugsy, we got it up here. Bugsy threatened to take the fedora off. I love how people come through when they come through. Are you ready for your next poem? Let me hear you say yeah. I borrowed that. First things first. Here's what we gonna do. We gonna do the poet, and then I'm gonna give you the score because we tallying scores and make sure we got stuff together. So, also, judges, give me your scores. Woo! Oh, whoever switched that light over there, God bless you. From low to high, here we go. I got an 8.9. Okay, all right, I got a 9. All right, I got a 9.5. Thank you so much for writing big in the back, 9.5. I got a 9.8, and I got a 9.8. Hold that, I'm gonna read it second time through. 8.99, a 9.5, 9.8, 9.8. You got that scoring table? Fantastic, y'all. Show some love for the poet. While you clapping, keep it going. Bring it up, Black Phoenix to the mic. Clap him all the way up. Show him some love. Show him some love.
This is your open letter from your neighborhood Black community. Dear white people, regardless of your popular beliefs, we do not hate all white people. There are just many things that puzzle us. Example, how the hell is Donald Trump US president again? How is it if I shot someone out there sleeping on the couch, I'm going to jail, but Breonna Taylor's murders are still free? And again, how the hell is Donald Trump still US president? Dear white people, you can have TD Jakes, P. Diddy, and Stacey Dash. Side note, stop trying to give Bill Cosby back. We don't want him. Plus, once they've sold out, all sales are final. Black Lives Matter isn't a battle cry claiming white ones don't. It is an outrage over black ones lost. All lives matter isn't a cry claiming that you feel our pain and all lives are equal in your eyes. It sounds too much like white power. Sounds like lynchings. Sounds like Jim Crow. Sounds like white-only bathrooms. Sounds like nigga go back to Africa. Dear white people, stop bringing up black-on-black violence to counterpoints of police brutality and white-on-black murders in America. It only shows your ignorance to the issue. And saying I have X amount of black friends does not mean you're not racist. As a matter of fact, the fact you count them almost guarantees you are. For the record, we do not hate you for Tyler Perry movies. We blame Tyler Perry for that shit. Dear white people, seeing a black man or woman with an afro or locks is not an invitation for you to run fingers through their hair. We are not dogs. We are not property. Last I checked, we don't wear any sign that says pet me. Equating being broke in black in America to being broke in white in America is like equating a stab wound to a gunshot. Yeah, they both hurt, but they're not the same pain. Stop comparing the two. Dear white people, if you have any black friends that ever give you the permission to say the word nigger, this is not debatable, it's not okay, end of discussion. For any of your black friends that say otherwise, did you miss a few of our meetings? And this is not a poem condemning white people. This is a poem saying that we, as black people, have concerns of the state of our American lives. Last time I checked, closing your eyes to an issue won't make it go away. Pretending there's no racism guarantees more racism. Be a part of the solution, not the problem, because evil thrives when good men do nothing. Sincerely, your black community. And P.S. Seriously, why the fuck is Donald Trump U.S. president? Again!
Y'all show some love for Black Phoenix. I don't know if I like that. Show some love for Black Phoenix. Oh, he's still here. All right. Our previous poet had a score of 28.3. Show some love for Sime and his 28.3. All right, judges, you ready? Judges, give me some scores for Black Phoenix. Okay, I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4, I got 5. Here we go. I got a 7.5. I got a 7.8. I got a 7.8. I got an 8.5. and a 9.1. Hold that steady. I'm gonna read it through again. I got a 7.5, 7.8, 7.8, 8.5, and a 9.1. Show some love for the poet, not the scores. Show some love for the poet and not the scores. And while you are clapping, keep your hands together, bring it up, sunflower mode. Clap her all the way up.
Be nice.
Let's get it.
Childhood bullies be villains in disguise. Kids with cute faces covering souls that have already ripened. Minds expired before their expiration dates. Playgrounds became arenas, and pushing me around was the show. Pushed into a locker, my sexuality pushed into a closet. Done pushed myself into this adult body with this childhood trauma. And pretty soon I'll be pushed into a casket. Why don't we talk about how the victim becomes the abuser? Or how my first bully be the person who birthed me, taught me verbatim how to beat on myself when your house be a war zone. Big kids at school don't seem so scary. Life was a hard place, and the lack of teacher intervention was a rock in my graveyard. So every day I prayed to be sent to my tomb. I mean my room, where I force my brain not to bully itself. It's hard to talk good about yourself when every time you open your mouth, you repeat something your mother said to you, or the girls that teased you in elementary school. Language be a learned behavior, but I was only taught words that put me down. I be abusing myself, lash after lash with my tongue. That's how I became my opponent, and self-deprecation became the fight I always won. When you're raised by a monster, giants in the world don't even intimidate you. No wonder I entered so many abusive relationships, calling each of their punches a love tap. Bruises on my skin became art, and I an award-winning craftsman. Cause can't nobody oppress me like I can. Done learned every single way to break me down. When all you ever been told is you're ugly, not good enough, a mistake. Love letters to yourself sound a lot like do more, be better. You failure. How can I hate something so much and then design myself in its image? My body be suffering from Stockholm syndrome, and I'm bonded to everything that's ever made me cry. So whenever I meet a new bully, I swallow every ounce of their pride. Let them feed me fuck yous for breakfast while I demolish their punches for dessert. When kids be starved for affection, they become attention-hungry adults, not caring if the interactions be healthy for their bodies, only craving for a taste of their childhood. This poem be the first step to admitting I have a problem, that I'm a bully, tormenting the child trapped inside of myself. I just want to be happy and make step 2 the journey of licking my wounds. This old dog be ready to learn a new trick, ready to speak longevity into my life. Step 3 be a reclamation of my strength, and I vow to always remember that can't nobody love me like I can.
To the poet. Secondly, I love that y'all are getting into this, because poetry is not Love Jones. I don't get us started on that debate. We be mad about it. Don't go no snap at us right now. We're trying to hype. Secondly, while the judges are thinking and getting your scores together, we are at an establishment. We want them to invite us back. Patronize your bar and your food, right? We want to keep our businesses going here in Greenville. So, just give me your scores. And I'm not gonna forget you. I got you, baby. Okay. All right. Scoring table, you ready? Low to high. I got a 7.9. I think they were offended. 9.3. 9.3. I got a judge that saw Jesus at 10. I got another judge that saw Jesus at 10. So y'all show some love for the poet. All right, right quick. Before I bring up our next poet, we got to give a score for the previous poet, right? So, previous poet had a score of 24.1. Clap up the poet, not that score, because it's not about the numbers. The point is the poetry. The point is not the point, even though sometimes it actually is. So, why y'all got that good energy, that big energy? Hold on 30 seconds. Let me see who I got to bring up next. That's what happens when you walk away from your table. Hey! First of all, listen. I see y'all trying to get high. I love it when the audience is involved. Be some little, come on, hey. What we gonna do? Keep your heart back. Keep your heart back. Keep your heart. And then the poets turn up every time. Thank you. And while you coming, while you hype, put your hands together. Bring up most elevated, don't this? All the way up to the stage. Come on. All the way up. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. All right. Don't be nice. My mother, she prayed. She prayed for me. I'm grateful that she had me on her mind. I'm grateful that she took the time and prayed for me. I'm so glad she prayed. I'm so glad she prayed. Oh, I'm so glad she prayed for me. I would awaken early in the morning, fresh slob on my face, crust in my eyes to a sound. But to a sound that even at the early age of 3 came to me as no surprise. See, these utterings, battle cries, sweet secret sermons, see, they were coming. They were coming from none other than my mother. And the prayers that she prayed were embedded upon my heart. Train them up the way that they should go, and though they stray, they will never depart. And I knew that it was hard. Arthritis moving like fire, shut up in her bones, and I knew that it was hard taking care of 4 girls, a husband, and trying to keep a home, and I knew that it was hard, yo. I remember when she couldn't walk no more, and I knew that it was hard trying every day to make it out of bed, only to hit the floor, and I knew that it was hard, and the floor, yes, it was hard, but it was there. It was there on weary knee and bowed head. His words she spoken, his spirit she evoked, and she thought that I was sleeping, y'all, but I was woke, and I heard her pray with boldness and assurance. Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Oh Lord, my strength and my redeemer. See, her faith
Her faith fell like water on my dry sponge of a heart and made this little girl a believer. She knew that he would never forsake her or leave her. See, she is no excuses. She is getting done. She has warm arms to hold me when the day is done, bright as the noonday sun. See, she is strength to me. She is teacher. She is beautiful like melody. She is song that never gets old. And I pray, Lord, how I pray that my son will speak of me like I speak of her when he gets old, and he will say, I would awaken early in the morning, fresh smile on my face, pressed in my eyes to a sound, or to a sound that even at the early age of 3 came to me as no surprise. These utterings, battle cries, sweet, secret sermons, they were coming from none other than my mother. Thank you.
Most elevated deepness, Augusta, Georgia.
So here's what's gonna happen. In the instrument, when I go there and come back, I'm gonna switch glasses so I can see clearly. My most humble apologies, because there is power in your name. Make sure you always, if someone gets it wrong, make sure you get it until they get it right. Most elevated deepness. Y'all, let me get that. Show some love for most elevated deepness. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Scorekeeper, what was our score for Sunflower Mo?
Sunflower, 28.6.
Sunflower Mo made a what? 28.6 for Sunflower Mo. Clap that up. Show some love for the poet. Judges, most elevated deepness. I won't get it wrong again, I promise. Let's see what we got. From low to high, I got an 8.0. I got an 8.5. I got a 9.8. I got a judge that saw Jesus and said 10. And I got another judge that saw Jesus and 10 again. Now show some love for the poet, not the score. And while you clapping, keep your hands together. Keep them going for infinite. Bring it all the way up. Come on.
Respect the mic, y'all. Respect the poet. Thank you.
I hate classrooms. See, what I needed to learn most of all could never be taught, let alone contained within 4 walls or sitting in the solitude of my desk. I learned things best through personal experience. Textbooks never taught me exactly how to be black in America. I'm somewhat ashamed to say I'm still trying to figure this shit out. But in this case, of course, I don't blame the school system. How could a teacher even preach a substantial education that couldn't possibly be confined to the limitations of a curriculum that never wavers in our favor in the first place? So yes, it still takes a village to raise a child. I just don't see how this is possible when our kids are deprived of their chance to be children and our parents are being plucked off this planet one by one. And, well, I'm afraid to have sons. I'm afraid of having the next Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, John Crawford, or Sean Bell, just to name a few. I'm afraid of being that mother, dressed in lavish clothing, sitting in the front pew and waiting to see her son marry her beautiful daughter-in-law-to-be, only to find out that her child, her flesh and blood, her prince has died at the hands of someone who dares to call himself a man. I'm afraid to have sons. I'm afraid to have statistics. I'm afraid of being the one who has to be realistic about it all. You see, I grew up with a wild imagination. I'm an optimist, an idealist stuck on the idea that this world would someday get better. But I'm watching my hopes and dreams crumble right before my very eyes, watching mankind turn God's blessings into burdens. His grace into garbage, his mercy into malicious murders. I'm afraid to have sons because as big as my sweet tooth is, I know that my sons would like Skittles and sweet tea. I'm a bit of a night owl, and I know that my sons would be just like me. I enjoy strolls down the street, or occasionally an evening jog, but it won't be too long before that jog gets misconstrued to look like I'm running from something. And the worst part of it all is that I wouldn't even see it coming because my tunes, where you see my tunes, are the only way that I can escape from the world's worries. That's why I'm always in such a hurry, but I am done with our race. My race? Hell no. The human race. See, I'm an asthmatic and I'm tired of running because I ran out of breath a long time ago. The human race is so full of shit that the stench is more like a fragrance now. But I am sick of this race and trying to escape to a freedom that's promised only in national anthems, land of the free, home of the brave. But if you ask me, we are all still enslaved. I am afraid to have sons because I don't have the room. You see this womb? It has no room for blood that is spilled at the hands of a careless man. For excessive blood flow that is anything but periodic. Enough senseless blood flow to make me psychotic if I'm not already. I'm afraid that a knife would appear to be more menacing than a gun because we all know that a blade travels much faster than a bullet. Towards the cop with his finger on the trigger ready to pull it, or the one who puts my son in a chokehold tight enough to ensure his story goes untold. Officer, I am afraid to have sons. I am a woman scorned, and hell has no fury, so before he's even born, I promise you, I'll be the one to give you a reason for holding that gun.
Y'all show some love for the poet. I felt like I tried it one time. Show some love for the poet. That was Infinite Array. While we are thinking about scores, get ready to put those up. Our previous poet had a score of
28.3.
28.3. Y'all show some love for the poet, not the score, 28.3. Now, judges, what you got for Infinite Array? Ooh, I love that y'all be making it big in the back. I put my glasses on too so I can see. That's how old I am. All right, from low to high, I got an 8.5. I got an 8.9. I got a 9.4. 9.6 and a 9.7. One more time. I got 8.5, 8.9, 9.4, 9.6, 9.7. Y'all show some love for the poet. And while you are doing that, keep your hands together. I am really gonna do better about keeping this nameless with me. Fantastic. We got coming to the mic. Who?
Infinite Array.
We just had Infinite Array. You drinking and I'm drinking. I'm drinking, he drinking. We're a terrible team together. This is why we do this sober most of the time. Who we got coming up next?
Medusa.
Ooh, y'all show some love for Medusa. Was black rapper.
In Flash's Flashpoint paradox, Bruce Wayne is murdered in the alley as a child, his father becomes Batman, and his mother becomes the Joker. November 3rd, 2019. At 9 days old, my son coded. He flatlined in a hospital bed, and I can't help but think it's my fault. Had to bring him into a world where I had to be both father and mother, become both Batman and Joker, turn to God and plead with only silence answering, how could you take my son? God, it's not fair. for a newborn to meet their maker and meet their maker in their first month. So why can't I wring the neck of the nurse who joked about stealing him away moments after being told to pray because his life was uncertain? My mask was failing, my armor crumbling, exposing my tears, my hurt to the room. Want to hear a joke? Since I have an audience. There once was a girl who knew she wanted to be a mother since the age of 4. The first pregnancy test was positive until it wasn't. The second pregnancy she carried to term. She almost died though. Get it? Like death has always tried to get the last laugh in all of her birthing. This process is just like chloroform in a chokehold, thinking you'd have the last laugh is the funny part. Here, ladies and gents, this is where I show you all how to make a bat smile, how to split them in two. I have no contingency plan. Just acid and a jump, because a family movie provides a better coping mechanism than hero work can. It moves the holes in my womb with a laugh, how my jokes get through to God faster than any of my prayers. Why can't I call upon the Lazarus pit? Bring my son back to me with a smile on his face like mine. Just like mommy. November 3rd, 2019. God was a better joker than I. The creator of dark humor turned the NICU into a comedy club, and my son laughed. On the 10th day, and the 11th, and the 12th, my motherhood did not become laughing stock, but my smile did become a standing ovation. My son is 5 now, with a smile that if it were ever to fade, a bat would be the monster the world would hope I turn into. But a smile would make headlines.
Y'all show some love for the poet. Try that again. Y'all show some love for the poet. Thank you. Medusa was black. That was fantastic. Just so we are clear, for our previous poet, we had Infinite Array. We had a score of 27.9, but there was a time penalty. I know. For Southern Fried folks, what do we normally say during a time penalty? Yep. You ruined it forever. Yep. But it was well worth it. And what that means is we care that you went over time, but we also don't, because your poem was dope. So we gonna cheer for the poet. She would have had a 27.9, is a 27.4. Y'all show some love for the poet, not the score. Judges. Medusa was black. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Okay, from low to high, I got a 9. I got a 9.5. I got a 9.6. I got a 9.8. And I got a 9.9. Again, that's a 9, a 9.5, a 9.6, a 9.8, and a 9.9. Y'all show some love for the poet. And while you are clapping, no. Show some love for the poet. And while you are clapping, put your hands together. Keep them coming for Daniel Garwood.
You better try. It's cold in VA. Let's get it, VA. Let's go.
2 up, 2 down. Bam.
Take your time, Jay.
That was a poet doing a poem. This is a poet doing a poem on crack. It's easy being this fucking dope when you the reason dope shit is called dope. My red lines mark the spot for the cocaine drop. I hit hard on the inside of all the people's elbows so they call me rock. And if you smell what the rock is cooking, then you already high. I don't know what kind of mother you wanted or what kind of father you thought you were gonna get, but I take your father's presents. And the money your mother was gonna use to buy you presents leave you wondering, where is mommy putting these 8 balls? Why is daddy sending these collect calls? And when did crack become my family's heirloom? And I'll tell you. See, I was born in 1982 on a stove in the trap. I weighed 7 grams, meaning I put the 2 8s and 808s to make a freebase. My mother is the CIA, my father, debatable. My big brother's a movie star, took a different road. You know, cocaine, made some cameos in Scarface and Tony Montana's nose, and I hate that nigga, because he gets to be in movies. All I get is news feeds and eulogies. My father might be baking soda, which is ironic. Because baking soda mixed with me makes rock, I live, and a pipe's dream, and both are used to crack heads, and crackheads love crack. I never really understood love, just bitterness, and a family bonded by salt. My mama always knew I'd end up with you, like she planned it or something. She said, if I held you down, you'd hold me down, and look at us now. They're using the bottom of the barrel to scrape us off the ground, and you can't tell me this ain't love. We're connected, soul tied, you know what they say. Once you're born black and addicted to crack, they won't put you back in the NICU. Just a prescribed shot of dope to show you a high that your bloodline's gotten used to. I mean, your whole generation's my home. I done made so many crack babies, they changed my name from Rock to Roland. My father might be the LAPD.
Let's go.
He was the absent kind, but always there, like, always at the right place at the wrong time. I guess that's why I got my taste for blood. Cause I done killed more niggas than he ever could. Broke families that could never heal. The morgue has found more of me in blood streams than he could ever spill. I wonder if me becoming a felony before a felon would make him proud of me. I know y'all probably too high off one of my lines to see I kind of been all over the place in the same place going nowhere, but I guess that's what crack would do to you, huh? Wow. My mama always said I'd be a great distraction. You know, step on a crack, break your mama's back just to lower the gaze of the blacks so the Reaganomics and cocaine planes can go overhead, and you'll never know what happened. Like you smoking crack in a pipe will line you up to be in a pipeline when your mind goes up in smoke till it cracks and the government sends you back to the streets, which is back to me, and I ain't going nowhere. So y'all just as addicted to selling me as y'all are smoking me, so how the fuck you breaking addiction with an addicted personality? You can't detach from something that's attached to your anatomy and tell Nancy, keep clutching that purse, because you can't just say no when it's oh so personal, and you can't hold your breath when the crack fumes is perfume fumigating the servitude. I'm gonna be your family's heirloom till you make me stop. You can't learn to kick crack till you learn to crack a rock.
Okay. All right. Y'all show some love for the poet. Show some love for the poet. All right. Our previous poet, Medusa, was black, had a score of
28.9.
28.9 for Medusa was black. Daniel Garwood just did a poem. Judges, what say you? All right, I got one. I got two. I got three. Hey, Dove, I love you, but I can't see my judges in the back. Thank you. All right, low to high. We got an 8.9. We got a 9. We got a 9.5. We got a 9.9. And a 10. One more time. 8.9. 9.5. 9.9. And the judges saw Jesus said 10. So, we're going to tally up those numbers, but we're going to keep it going and bring our next poet to the stage. So while you was hype, put your hands together and bring Cassandra is to the
So I got my master's degree from a PWI, and I'm getting my doctorate from the same. But there are times where I'm ashamed to admit I'm attending a primarily white institute in a city called Lynchburg, school ironically named Liberty, because the freedom for me to do so imprisons my thoughts like, what if this makes me the black sheep of my family? So there are times where I only rep my HBCU like my bachelor's degree is the only education I have. Now, granted, I only went to the white school because the degree was paid for. And the irony of me working for a free master's after my ancestors worked free for their masters did not go over my head. It's just crazy that I'm left feeling like a house nigga for wanting to get a high degree in my field, nigga. Wow. The guilt triggers because it wasn't that long ago where blacks learning could get us lynched. Reading books get us burned alive because they say educated Negroes are dangerous. And so I thought of my ancestors enrolled at the institution of slavery. No scholarships, just African scholarship on the slave ships. They called it a free ride where they majored in tap dance and cotton picking, got hazed for fraternizing with whites, taught to write dissertations on the dissection of black families, forced to study new math where whole people only equal 3/5, and the only foreign language taught was English. They wore nooses like honor cords, paid for room and board with blood, sweat, and loss of culture, multiple degrees of pain and agony, no cap, just a gown to be buried in when they passed. So when I passed across the stage, I reminded myself that I'm still black as fuck. Educated, went from girl in the hood to girl with a hood, that I'm still my ancestors' wildest dreams. And so these honors classes are in their honor, my 4.0 for those 400 years. And so it's bachelor's over bondage, doctorate over disenfranchisement, and the only master in my life is me mastering these classes regardless of the campus. So yes, I'm getting my degree from a PWI in a city called Lynchburg, school ironically named Liberty because my ancestors gave me the freedom to do so. So when I step across campus, I sprinkle a little carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. That's the formula for melanin. Now, I learned that at the HBCU because the PWI would never. And they can act like they don't know, but in the words of one of our great black philosophers, they're gonna learn today.
Show some love for the poet, Cassandra is free. All right, our previous poet, Daniel Garwood, had a 28.4, and that was for Daniel Garwood because I know y'all are writing that down. Judges, 1, 2, 3. Let me see what you got for me. All right, from low to high, I got an 8.6. I got a 9.3. I got a 9.6. I got a 9.8 and a 9.8. Again, that's an 8.6, 9.3, 9.6, 9.8, 9.8. Y'all show some love for the poet, not for the scores. While you are clapping, put your hands together for Winter Storm.
My grandmother never learned how to drive, but she had Pat and Charlie so she could walk a country mile the same way you walk a city block in no time flat. She was just that good. See, I would be breathless, praying that she would slow down, but slowing down was never in her nature. That's why we were forced to fence her in, to protect her from herself. See, my grandmother met Alzheimer's, and that bastard was determined to win. It had already forced us to take away her knives and lock up her guns, because see, my grandmother could shoot a tick off a dog's back. She was just that good. So we had to protect ourselves from her, because one day we might be family, but tomorrow we might be strangers. See, my grandmother had 15 children and too many grandchildren to count, so she called all of us grands, you child. You child. Go bring me a glass of water. You child. Bring me a fork to eat this food with. And see, I considered myself her favorite, so sometimes she would even call me by my nickname. But on that fateful day, when she looked me in my eyes and she said, who you? And who your people is? And didn't nobody ever teach you when you walk into a house you're not supposed to speak? So I said, grandmother, I'm sorry, Miss Hattie. My name is Karen. Ernest and Elizabeth, they are my people. But inside my head, I was screaming, grandmother, it's me. It's you, child. It's Toya. I'm Alabama daughter. Your daughter. Grandma, can't you see traces of you when you look in my face? Grandmother, it's me. And I realized that grandmother was no longer a word that she associated with herself. And I could no longer be considered her grandchild. Alzheimer's, you bastard! Why did you have to be so determined to win? Was it not enough that you forced us to fence her in, to make her the walking definition of a caged bird? Was it not enough that you forced her not to realize that her house was her home, so every day she's looking for somebody to take her to a place of refuge? Was it not enough that you stole every single memory and only left her with her name? And even then you were not satisfied until you took her last breath. Alzheimer's, you bastard! But every day, I deal with the fact that one day, I'm afraid I'm going to look in the mirror, my children standing behind me, and I won't even realize Alzheimer's has won again.
Show some love for the poet. Show some love for the poet. All right. Cassandra is free. Had a score of 28.7 for Cassandra is free. Yeah. And now, judges, what you got for me for Winter Storm? All right, I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4, I got 5. Oh, thank you. All right, from low to high, I got an 8.5. I got a 9.1. I got a 9.6. I got a judge that saw Jesus and said 10. And I got another judge that saw Jesus and said 10 again. So that's 8.5, 9.1, 9.6, 10, and 10. Y'all put your hands together for the poet, not the score. And while you are clapping, bring on up your favorite verse. Clap it all the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
Hello, hello, they know, hello, hello, they know, hello, hello, they know, hello,
All right, y'all, so I gotta get something off my chest. I really don't know shit about cars. And as a man, it's kind of wild to me because it always seemed as if working on cars with your father was something like a rite of passage. But I didn't have anyone to pass me the torch or a wrench or screwdriver, so I taught myself the basics. You know, changing tires, checking the oil, jump starts, like, you know, all the routine maintenance stuff. But I still really don't know much about cars, and it's crazy because my dad is a fucking mechanic. But he didn't stick around long enough to teach me how to shift out of childhood. Becoming a man isn't exactly automatic, and growing up doesn't come with a manual. Manual labor seems to be the only thing my dad was ever built for. Skilled enough to fix anything mechanical, but somehow managing to break everything else, and I watched how he dismantled my mother part by part with his bare hands. And my spirit broke down. Each time he stepped into my bedroom, where he turned it into his garage, where he jacked me up like one of the cars he worked on, like something he could fix, just by hammering it into submission in my adolescence. Felt like years wasted away in a junkyard, searching for used parts of someone else's dad in an attempt to piece together a custom father figure, because I've learned what to do when life gives you a lemon. but I wasn't ready for when it gave me a sour father. And there's no extended warranty on parents. You just gotta take them as is. And my dad always had the right tools for the job, but never the right ones to fix his family. And it's no wonder that the family that I tried to build fell apart too, because my dad never taught me how to properly fix things. Only how to nigga rig relationships. And I'm out here getting by on a point A to point B kind of love. I'm making a patchwork job out of my broken heart, filling in the holes with the first thing that feels right, always feeling like a fixer-upper, shopping myself around to anyone willing to overlook the fact that I am buried alive under a pile-up of childhood traumas. I'm using bodies for body shots. I nut, then bolt. But in the end, it's always me that ends up screwed over, because love for me has only ever been a total loss waiting to happen. And I am exhausted from constantly trying to repair the wreckage inside my chest left behind by the emotions my dad stripped me of. And I said that I would never be like him, but I only managed to manifest him in me later in the ugliest way, using other people as fuel for gaslighting myself into believing that toxic masculinity is normal and I don't need help, but I admit that I need help. And I gotta change these wheels of negativity that keep turning in my mind, rotate out the tires of self-loathing, jumpstart my heart so I can start loving myself again. You know, all the routine maintenance stuff. But I still really don't know much about cars, and that's crazy, because I have wasted a lifetime longing for the mechanic when the whole time I needed a therapist and the actual fucking father.
That was your favorite Merce. Show him some love. All right, Winter Storm had a score of 28.7 for Winter Storm. Thank you so much for that poem. All right, judges, your favorite Merce. Give it to me in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, from low to high, I got an 8.4. I got a 9.6. I got a 9.6. I got a judge that saw Jesus and said 10. And I got another judge that saw Jesus and said 10 again. That's 8.4, 9.6, 9.6, 10, and 10. Y'all show some love for the poet and not the scores. And while you are clapping, keep putting your hands together for Azar King. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
Tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Diesel. What's up with these bony ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in their mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body.
The word friends. How many of us have them? They use the word so loosely, depleting of your energy like a bodybuilder in a gym. Then they teach you that family matters. When they the main ones that can leave the inside scrambled like egg batter. Been grown and still trying to heal from this disaster. Scene 227. Even if all dogs go to heaven when dealing in trauma, who wants to live life, 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 life? Who wants to live a life single when things crumble around you like the can at the end of Pringles? I do my best to reflect on good times. But when I look around and see what's happening, I'm like, ding, why God hasn't saved us by the bell? Hell, cause life ain't sweet like Jell-O pudding. This ain't no Cosby show. We in a different world now. Bonds broken. It's sister versus sister act, and our reruns are deaths of blacks wanting our souls to be hanging next to Mr. Cooper because they Planned Parenthood ain't super. Sounds like this home needs some improvement. But what about when Boy Meets World? And somehow becomes the Malcolm that's X'd in the middle. I ponder with Sabrina can solve this riddle, because it seems like we're playing with a short deck of cards. No way to get a full house. Kids used to be king of the hill. Now they want to be king of the mouth. Videos inspired be dead in blood or turn crypto. Then you find yourself doing a bit over a coin. Subscribe. Who wants to join? You see that motherfucker there, Bobby? I've been to Steve Urkel before. I transformed from Stefan to being stepped on and saying, did I do that? When things went wrong, all around the world the same song. Cause I was a smart guy that should have been in the house, but I chose to pitch rocks towards these PJs. I thought it was direction of me getting real clout. This bro man found himself sitting higher than the 5th floor in a cold world like when Gina left Martin, outcasted like a Martian, on top of living in color makes you a target. This way of thinking is Charlotte. I guess it's true what they say. Different strokes for different folks. But somehow it seems we all playing with the same broke remote. D reruns starting to be some bullshit.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit.
Y'all show some love for Azar King. Show some love for Azar King. All right, y'all, check this out, right? So we got 2 kids, right? They are, our oldest just turned 8 last week, and our youngest is 6. So, you know how it is when you have kids, you can't ever get away, right? So we dropped them off at Pawpaw and Gigi's house, and we was like, deuces, cause we out. And here my kid goes, they just got iPads for Christmas because, please tell your friends stop FaceTiming me to talk to you, cause I don't, okay. So here she go in a text message, she's like, Mommy, I miss you, I wanna see you. Ma'am, it's been like 6 hours, go find some place to be. Also, I'm with your daddy, I don't wanna talk to you right now. This is my time. We reclaiming our time. This is grown folks' time. We out here outside without little people. It's not a long time, ma'am. Go to school and you still don't see me. That's the same. What are we talking about? I've seen you every day for 8 years. Stop it. Every day. Gee whiz. I mean, I'm glad she likes us. This me. I miss you too. You're not gonna talk about how your daddy doing? You're not gonna ask about him? She probably gonna respond and be like, oh, yeah, hi daddy. Because our kid is a savage. Much like her father. So y'all show some love for Azar King again one more time. Your favorite Merce had a score of 27.4. Y'all write that down. Oh my God. Hey. Constructive criticism will go like this. Excuse me? Can you look at your numbers again? Your favorite Merce had a score of 29.2. Better? Okay. Excuse me. Try that one. Look, I'm behind the scenes. I don't come to the mic like this often. I'm just having fun. All right, y'all, judges, scores up for Azar King. Let me see what we got. Okay, low to high, 8.8. Oh, y'all don't have much of an opinion on that. Okay, 8.8 was the first score. The second score is an 8.9. Y'all getting real dry on me. 9.1, 9.5, and a judge saw Jesus and said 10. That's an 8.8, 8.9, 9.1, 9.5, and a 10. Y'all keep the claps going. We only got 2 more points for the first round, so bring your energy back up. Show some love for Shay Black.
The day I buried my son, I vowed not to forgive his killer. My forgiveness is still holding the weight of my son's death. It's the Lord's prayer. Standing at the foot of his grave, which he wasn't letting this casket dead. Life say forgive, but it doesn't ease my pain, nor does it bring back the silhouette of his smile, his hug that holds so many memories. I'm tired of holding on to the fact that I'm still breathing, that he's not. I feel guilty. I may forget the sound of my son's voice. Maybe that's why I can't hear God to forgive a world who knows the name that killed my son. So in my mind, I had to name you Judas. You betrayed my son. Nailed my miracle to the crosshairs of a Glock on the early Easter morning that left me searching grave sites the 3rd day of resurrection. So how do I forgive you when my spirit is filled with unforgiveness? God, How did you find forgiveness? How did you forgive Judas the day they murdered your son? How do you forgive me for being unable to? Being self-righteous in my malice, settled in my judgment as if my sin is in less than his. Judas, I pray for you. I ask God to save you from my thoughts. Because in my mind, I killed you 1,000 times. And just many times I thought you killing my son. And with each breath I exhale, I wish to see your mother breathe the day of your anniversary, to witness her tears water fly with your gravesite. I never knew that I could lost another soul so much that my soul is becoming an open casket displaying the remainder of my Sunday best smile. While I'm trying to make this dead, I feel look alive. While convincing the world of air you breathe is okay with me. While I'm waiting to exhale this pain. How did you feel to see my son take his last breath? Did it bring you joy like the day I saw him take his first? He was no angel, but he was my angel. And you had no right to play God. You stole his smile from me. It was my heaven. Do you know? I couldn't recognize his face after your rock that found his beauty. I hope I identified the wrong body, but see his tattoo screamed my name. His hair that I grew with my own hands reached out to the familiar of me. And I whispered in his ear that I loved him, and I died at the thought of seeing my death. I whispered in his ear.
Word.
That image his life is vital forever burned in my brain. Do you know how powerful that image is? That the death of a child ain't no easy kind of pain to get over. And unforgiveness is a bittersweet pill to make it sting that death that much harder to swallow. Forgiveness, I keep trying to spit it out that it hurts my being is gold. And not even an apology from you. But it's time that I forgave you. Not for you, but for me to be at peace. So I can allow my son to rest in peace. Judas, I give you conscious permission to rest in peace. I forgive you.
Y'all show your love for Shay Black. Clap it all the way up, Shay Black. All right. Azar King had a score of 27.5. Oh, yeah, you want to double check one?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so judges, you heard Shay Black. Let me have them scores for Shay Black. I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. Think it through. Think it through. Get it together. Come on. Ooh. You ready? Working it out. I see you. Okay. Okay, good. Hold that right up. That's perfect light. Okay, from low to high, I got an 8.6. I got a 9.2. I got a 9.6, 9.7, and a 9.8. One more time, so I make sure I got it right. I got an 8.6, 9.2, 9.6, 9.7, and a 9.8. Y'all show some love for the poet and not the score. And our final poet of the first round. Y'all show some love for Breeze, the poet.
Come on, Spellbound.
Spellbound?
She was like, I wish I could give you all of me. I wish I had all of me to give, but I'm still searching for the pieces the last fuckboy ran off with. I don't want to cut you with all my broken. And this poem is for that little hoe ass nigga fucking up my forever, because they don't know how to hold the heart, and I just want a heart to hold, and she won't let me hold her. You know what? She was a firework that I wanted to explode into beautiful with. But you were the last spark that set her off before you left her burnt out and ran away with a new flame. Now she's scared the bang ain't worth the ash. A goddess who reserved a spot for you at her altar, but you had atheists in your eyes. Hissed her a bad religion that made her believe her holy was a lie, and now she don't believe in nothing. See here, you little hoe-ass nigga, when women get guarded after dealing with nonsense, they're often disregarded with the promise that it's their fault. Niggas is garbage. They get told, oh, watch who you choose, you know, be more cautious, don't love so reckless, but nobody ever addresses you fools that need to be dealt with, so let's get it clear, I ain't having that. If I was to sum up the equation of me without her, the difference would be your little dumb ass. I did the math on that. So, I'm telling you in advance, to solve this kind of word problem, I'm gonna be counting on my hands. You gonna have to square up. Run my fade. See, these ain't pretty words at all. This is what happens when a broken heart won't be resolved with anything less than a broken jaw. Or you thought you was gonna be playing games with women on a lonely nigga block and I won't go pull up. Hell no, nigga, you owe me for this shit, cause her open heart closing cause you trolling being bogus. That's why the fuck I'm losing hope. Bitch, I'm too lonely for this shit. I just want some pure love to be wrapped in. She's too busy licking wounds you left her to fathom that my passion isn't just another scar waiting to happen. Here I am, all open arms trying to embrace her awesome. She's wielding the shards left of herself like a sword. She's scared to let down her guard, cause the last time she let it stagger, your little bitch ass left her shattered. And now I see the whole of her, despite the holes in her. Want to show her she don't have to keep withholding her, but her apprehension's gonna make her miss that. Got her all fucked up, which means you got me fucked up, cause you the only one that ain't fucked up. Oh nigga, we gonna fix that square up. See, I ain't perfect. I fumbled a few forevers. Had a lot of stupid shit to unlearn and still got work to do, which is probably why I'm taking this so goddamn personal. So call it selfish, call it emotional, call it childish too, but I'ma knock everything wrong with me the fuck out of you. You gonna have to square up. Run my fade, boy. Listen, sometimes the most valuable wisdom is gonna cost you an ass whipping, cause all you leaving is a bunch of pure hearts that find it hard to trust. Then genuine hearts pull up, find out you done fucked it up for all of us. Well, this is karma, bitch. I'm about to fuck you up for all of us, yeah. You're gonna have to reevaluate your ways. You don't have a hole in your heart. I'm just here to fill a space, and if to do that, it means I gotta drag your ass up out the way. Well, homie, you gonna have to square up. Run me my goddamn fade.
I was gonna tell you to put your hands together. So, our poet Shay Black had a score. Our poet Shay Black had a score of 28.5. Y'all show some love for the score. Judges, give me your score for Breeze the Poet. All right, here we go from low to high. I got a 9.8. I got a judge that saw Jesus and said 10. I got a judge that saw Jesus and said 10. I got a judge that saw Jesus and the Holy Ghost said 10.1. I got a judge that saw Jesus, the Holy Ghost, and God the Father said 20 in the back. So that's a 9.8, a 10, a 10, a 10.1, and a 20. We don't really go that high, but I know what you're trying to say. We got that recorded. You got that recorded over there? All right, now generally speaking, I count fingers because I teach first graders, but I know what that adds up to, and that sounds like a 30. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is that a 30? That is a 30. Y'all show some love for the poet. Breathe the poet, bringing in the first 30 of the night. Now, here's what's gonna happen. We just wrapped up our first round. We're gonna have to show some love for yourselves, because y'all have been doing a fantastic job. Y'all been keeping the energy high, y'all been paying attention, the judges have been scoring, y'all been booing when y'all supposed to, cheering when you're supposed to. Make some noise for yourselves. Y'all are fantastic, I love it. Now here's what we're gonna do. This is the part of the night where we have to do some general slam housekeeping. If you can hear some of my voice, clap one time. If you can hear some of my voice, clap 2 times. If you can hear some of my voice, clap 3 times. That's how you know I teach little kids, because I be like, give me your attention. I don't want to scream at people. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna run some quick numbers. We had 13. We're going from 13 to 8. All right.
Because you know.
I look, I'm writing stuff down now. I was being cute before, now I'm professional again. Now I agree. So we're gonna go from 13 to 8. Now here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna take a brief break so that we can bout draw for round 2, because it's clean slate. And all the poets 1 through 13 and the calibration, who's around here, all of y'all gonna meet with Marley Quinn to take a picture so we can solidify that she was in fact here. We're gonna, memorialize the moment and all that. So here's what happens. Bugs is gonna keep the music going. We're gonna do some paperwork on this side. Paul's gonna take a picture. We're gonna come back and tell you who he's saying goodbye to, who's going through the second round. This is time to go to the bathroom, hit the bar, get your food order in. Thank you so much for being here. Bugsy, take us up. A fantastic painting over here. When we finish the second round, we're gonna auction off the painting. So while you are listening to the poems, count your numbers in your mind. So when we say how much you got, and you know what you bought the bid for the poem, for the painting, right? Because he did this off the dome while we was out here spitting poems. Show some love for our artist, our painter. What's your name? Kyle. Kyle did the poem, did the painting. God damn. I'm all right.
We got a QR code back there with my name, stuff like that.
Okay, he got a QR code in the back with his information. So during the next intermission, go scan it. Don't do it right. Judges, don't do that right now. Okay. And shout out to Dove for filming this. I'm gonna get the rest of the information in a minute so we can shout that out. Shout out to Bugsy for being our DJ and keeping us hyped, keeping the music up, keeping the energy up. Thank you to my team at the table that's helping us make sure our time is kept and our scores is going. And thank you to you for still being here. Show some love for yourselves. Yeah. All right, so here we go with round 2. Are you ready? Yeah. Yes, you are. Good. Now I'm gonna find who the first poet is because I'm not quite ready, but I appreciate y'all. 30 seconds. Hey Marley, where you at? No, I got the order, baby. Thank you. Marley, where you at? One of the poets that was talking to her, did she say we was doing a calibration for second round or no? Okay, boom. Here we go. We ain't got to do a calibration poet. You just got to ask some questions. Here we go. Let me see how you clapping it. Coming to the stage. Let me see what you got. Yeah. Nope. Oh, that's better. Keep that same energy going. Keep your hands together. Bring Cassandra and Free all the way to the
The scripture says that he who is without a uterus should shut the fuck it up about mine. Because we are tired of men who never had to bleed telling us how to handle our issues of blood, our menses. Because men don't see that just because Moses parted the Red Sea and just because it was wet did not give him the right to enter with his staff in his hand, giving us commandment. See, man has always managed to try and rule over women. These half-assed conceptions about contraception. I guess that's why they call it a hysterectomy. Same men wanting to control contraceptives but can't even find the clit. This mostly male body of Congress creating bylaws about our bodies that by law seem to belong to them. Now, if that ain't a miscarriage of justice, mission begging to be aborted, how spontaneously they deliver the fate of our future when they ain't the ones in labor for it. Wow. So to these men who come together, prematurely ejaculating their thoughts about our bodies and our rights, put on this minstrel show about our menstrual flow, ain't y'all sick of the cycle? Now, maybe your mother's parenthood was planned. Maybe she never gave prevention a shot, but I'm sure your mother looks at you now wishing there was a pill to take for the morning after your arrival, wishing she would have swallowed instead of spitting the birthing image of our forefathers, although Uncle Sam ain't got shit on Aunt Flo. But since we're too far along for Plan B, we'll continue with Plan C. See how long we plan to let these men continue before the blood that begins flowing is theirs. Yeah.
All right. Y'all show some love for Cassandra. It's free. poetry show always move slow, because when you move fast, you forget to do stuff that's important. Now, this is the second round. We are only doing 8 poets. We just heard one of those 8. Before we continue, I want to make sure we say thank you to the poets that were here in the first round that are not continuing on. My most humble apologies to those poets. But we're going to show love. I'm going to read their names, and we're going to clap for them and show them some love, because this shit is hard. I'm going to do a poem in a minute. It's probably not going to be as good as y'all think it is, but I'm going to do one in a minute. But this shit is hard, so we're going to say how much we love those poets. So we are going to say goodbye to Sime Rose, Black Phoenix, Infinite Array, Azar King, and Most Elevated Deepness. So those 5 poets did come, they shared their hearts with us. They are not continuing, but they were so glad. We are so glad that they were here and we got a chance to hear some of their work. Now, that being said, coming next to the stage. See, exactly, slow down, because if you don't, you mess stuff up. I appreciate y'all having my back. Can I have scores from my judges, please? Look at y'all. Y'all remembered how to do this, even if I did not. I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. I love how thank you so much. From low to high. Audience, do you remember what to do? Yep. Okay, from low to high, I got an 8.7. I got a 9. I got a 9.6. I got a 9.7. I got a 9.8. Again, that's an 8.7, a 9, a 9.6, 9.7, and a 9.8. Y'all show some love for the poet, not the points. And while you got your hands going, keep them together for Medusa Was Black.
How dare women choose the bear, right? The bear won't care. It'll rip you apart regardless, right? I've had night terrors. They were so frequent I forgot what my voice sounded like before being choked. His hands had a spark between them. They'd glow like embers or what he'd call a new dawn. I remember the flames between his fingers, the energy behind his triggers, and the gun on my temple, him almost salivating. The closer we got to my demise, his claws were the last touch I remember feeling directly from his skin. I think he hit a nerve. All of me went numb. My voice started to feel like a stranger, like a gem locked away in the middle of a forbidden forest, and I'm the one who got away, who thought getting away was the hard part of the horror story. I mean, my heartbeat corroborated that. Escaping in the middle of the night, leaving the punch-through door as an omen to my empty master bedroom, and me wading through packing my car with everything that I possibly could to maintain my son's sense of normalcy. But now I have to fight my way through a forest where every tree is him. Why would I give a fuck about a bear when all of the branches are already wrapped around my neck, lifting me up to be the North Star he built me up to be? Didn't know he would pluck me from the sky in my own dreams.
Come on now.
He was just a man. He wore no costume, except for his fangs. I mean, smile, ain't it funny? How so many women say they're looking for a guy with a nice smile, and trust me, the number of women who don't make it back to their own, if I even have to say. You're part of the problem. Whole time, you distance yourselves from Monster, but my history tells me that you and the bear feast at the same table, recite the same prayers before digging in. Ain't it funny how even now there are men in this room whose microaggressions are ready to eat? Fork in one hand, claw on the other. Can't wait to see how this poem ends. Bet they want me all doe-eyed and gullible as they tuck their predator behind a smile and pretend to wish me sweet dreams. Only difference is, I'm awake now and I can see you coming.
Show some love for the poet. Show some love for the poet. All right, Cassandra is free. had a score of 28.3. Y'all clap for that score. All right, judges. Medusa was black. Let me see them scores.
You're right.
Okay. From low to high. Audience, you remember what to do? Okay, just want to make sure. Low to high, I got a 9.4. I got a 9.8. I got the judge that saw Jesus and said 10. The judge that saw Jesus and the Holy Ghost said 10. The judge that saw Jesus, Holy Ghost, and God the Father said 10 again. So we had a 9.4, a 9.8, a 10, a 10, and a 10. Y'all show some love for the poet. And show some love for the poet. And while you are clapping, keep your energy up. Take your energy up higher because it's not great. One more time. Bring your energy up one more time because we don't want to breathe the poet.
I gave a oopsie, lazy. Now you got the crazy. Crazy with the books, don't really go with the crazy.
Don't be fucking nice.
When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I behaved as a child, but when I became a man, I learned to put away childish things. To my stepfather, thank you for teaching me how to be a man, showing me the ropes, how to roll with the punches. When up against the ropes, he taught me keep my chin out, keep my guard down, be open target for his cheap shots, be heavy bag for all of his bad days. You see, apparently, when life makes a man feel unworthy of the title, having boxing matches with my innocence was the best way for him to feel like a champion again. He told me the Bible with no whisper of scripture, but made sure to write his word in the red and bleeding of me. I remember this one time I was sleeping. I was dreaming of heaven until I was awakened by the wrath of God. In his right hand I wept like Jesus. He replied, shut up before I give you something to cry for. Here's the lesson found in Proverbs. He was teaching me what a man slow to anger looks like. Black eye, bruised face, chipped tooth. Later, he let me stay home from school, brought me a honey bun. The lesson, real men know how to admit when they're wrong. I returned to school, face bruised, teachers bribing me to bear it all, but I couldn't. See, round here, snitches get stitches to their shattered spirits whenever you come around asking too many questions. They would never understand a black parent's parable. Then what goes on in this house stays in this house. That my mother had already started calling me a traitor because I couldn't keep my broken face together long enough before our business spilled into the streets. I was told, hold it together, so I did. Clamped down into myself like a bear trap. Held my tongue like a seizure victim. I smiled and said nothing, smiled through the pain caused by smiling. The lesson, real men don't get to show weakness. We gotta hide the pain in our face behind the hurt in our hearts. When you train up a child in your disgusting ways, when they get older, they will not depart from the hurt and the pain you caused. And I stayed stuck in your ways. I broke everything, fought everything, fight everything in this ring of life with my chin tucked and my guard up, throwing haymakers at hogs, swinging on anything, getting too close just to make up for all the times I couldn't fight back. You see, apparently, when a boy is taught how to be a man by a male that is not actually grown into a fucking man, the boy becomes an open scar that'll never heal right. So thank you for teaching me what never heal right looks like, for being such a walking hemorrhage that I was able to look at you and know where to apply pressure to all the bleeding I was. See, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, behaved as a child, but when I became a man, I got tired of my reflection being made in your image. I opened my fists and found that there was love in these palms. I learned to put away your childish ways, the power of forgiveness, and I pray one day you could forgive yourself enough to do the same.
All right. Y'all show some love for the poet. All right, Medusa was black, had a score of a 29.8. And while we are on the topic of scores, judges, let me know what you thought about Breeze the Poet. I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. I got, listen, I'm not even gonna waste y'all time. That says 50. So, well then, while you are clapping for that 30 that Breeze just put together, that was a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. Put your hands together for our next poet. I'm gonna try that one more time. Put your hands together. Thank you so much for Daniel Garwood.
Most of my friends don't like playing games with me anymore. Not after last time, they say. Sometimes you take the fun out of it, they say, all because I said I don't like to play hangman. Can we hang a pinata or something? No, the game is called hangman, they say. Can we not use the color black, maybe a green or yellow? No, that's not how we normally play, they say. Can we just not put X's on the eyes? No, because that's how you know he's not alive. Silly, why does this game bother you so much? I say because y'all see a stick figure and I see Nat Turner. Y'all see a children's game and I see strange fruit. Y'all see fun and I see one of the worst depictions of black history ever. I say people pick A-E-I-O-U first because that was the sound of pain, death, and broken necks. Boys like me died that way and there's pictures of it and we've seen it and can't unsee it. I don't understand how this was made to be okay, but I assume they only call it hangman because lynching didn't make it past the focus groups at the Klan meetings. I hate this fucking game, man. Because when we draw it out on the board, some in the scary movie, I say hangman is real, guys. You gotta believe me, but this is my favorite word game, they say. I say, I guess you can't spell nigga in Scrabble. They say, chill. Sometimes you gotta have fun with history, and I say, but there ain't no Holocaust game though, and they say, no, that was different, and I say, well, you're conditioned to white out America's sins to the sundown shade of a children's game where we hang from the poplar trees of a popular game. We all get to play Jim Crow today. Lynch imaginary niggas for spelling the wrong words because it's against the rules to lynch real ones. Now the tree is just chops of lines from Mason Dixon, and no, I can't spell Tallahatchie, but if you look closely, you can see Emmett. Floating in the riverbank of letters for spelling white with the come on. It's funny how black boys are only considered men when we're old enough to hang. And no, I don't want you to use a white marker on a black page or draw white hoods on white shapes to save a black face. No, because we have always ignored that black boys scream sound like chalkboards. And no, I don't want you to spell reparations because we would all hang before you got to the continents. I want to play a game where black boys don't have to die for fun. A game where the sound of bone-breaking black boy trauma won't be a beat or the beat to another nursery rhyme. And they say, okay, then just don't play. And I say, okay. But sometimes I do play. First letter is always what?
All right. Y'all show some love for the poet. That was Daniel Garwood. Y'all show some love. We already did the score from the last poet because that was quick math. So judges, we're gonna just jump right in. What you got for me, judges? I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. Okay, we're gonna do some more quick math. Say 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Well, then, while you got that, girl, put your hands together because that was a 30. Clap, 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 and y'all show some love for your favorite verse all the way up.
You called me a villain. And the only thing I tried to do was take your pain away. You came